some of you officials may have seen it, so we'll have red on offense. So I need somebody with the ball at the spot up there, and then defense, if you can kind of just stay on the spot.
I've got Maddie.
Okay. Okay, so when we talk about shooting, so the first thing that we're going to talk about when we talk about shooting space, the first thing that I want to clarify from a point perspective is, if you notice when you talk about shooting space, it's a cone. Okay, so the cone is actually from the edge of the goal circle, not the edge of the pipe. Okay, so we want to make sure that as officials and as coaches, we want to clarify that that's where the spacing begins. The spacing ends at the spot of the ball, okay, not the spot of the ball carrier. So if Maddie has the ball as we demonstrate with these rope situations, and the ball is positioned within here, that would be the shooting space. If she decides to drop outside of her zone, so if you slide up, so if she decides to drop outside to make a legal play or a legal shot from here, then this would move in relation to where the ball is. Okay? All right, so I'll do it. So outside. So as officials, we want to make sure that we're positioning ourselves so that we can see the shooting space from this play. Okay? And again, she has to have the opportunity to shoot. So if we have a defender who's marking this player, and 26 who's double teaming this player, and she's up in this situation where the shooting space is here, and she's double teamed. There's no opportunity to shoot here. Okay, the double team does not present an opportunity to shoot. Although the below player is within shooting space in this situation. Okay? Now if Maddie decides, if you stay there, and she decides to try to make a shot outside, so if you drop outside, and the ball comes outside this legal double team, that can be presented as shooting space. Although the visual of the player is marked, okay, this should be an immediate whistle from the official. So as officials, we need to remind ourselves that the spot of the ball is relation to the top of the cone. As Maddie moves to goal and gets by her defender, that cone would shrink as to the defender that's in that space. So we come back out. And if you step over, off the side,
Candace should come up. Candace should drop down. Candace should come up.
My bad. So she was the defender. Okay, so defender in the situation. Hey, this is my first time. Okay, so 26 in this situation is not in shooting space. Okay? As Maddie goes to goal, this player generally is coming up in this situation. So we stop. The stick is fine. Okay, the stick can be within this cone as long as the player doesn't slide it. So now that she's within a stick slam, she makes the attempt to come in. That is not shooting space. Okay? So the defender in that situation, although outside of the cone, has her stick inside the cone, is not in a shooting space situation. And as Maddie moves, or the circle this way, the cone is going to move with her so that it's in relation to where the ball is. Okay? Something else we often see from an official's perspective, back there, is this attack player who's drawing the defensive player through. If the attack player draws the defensive player through, then it can't be shooting space because the attack player has caused the defensive player to come into the cone. What you're looking for in that situation as officials, so 70 and 84 come back to this way, they're marked She comes in, she decides to go this way, and she decides to break off. Now she's an unmarked player. If this isn't within marking distance, that would be considered shooting space. Okay? She has to be looking to shoot too. So if her hands, or maybe her visual sight is to the side, and she's in this cone, you're looking to pass. There can't be shooting space because she's not looking to go, not looking to score. Okay?
Mark?
Yes.
Over that same call, ball out top, girl is being defended, goal line extended.
Okay.
So goal line extended that side, girl being one.
So we're out here, we have a goal line extended, so outside the 8.
It could be, the player with the ball can be anywhere. They can
Okay,
be-
so we're right here. We have 2 players outside.
And the girl behind, the offensive player behind, goes to the other side.
The offensive behind this offensive player goes behind goal, and the defensive player is going to come in front of the goal. Marking situation.
And is that going to be a non-call?
That should be a non-call, right? Marking in the as the attack player moves her through the situation, it should be a, now remember that that player that's marking somebody who's directly behind goal would be exempt from a 3-second, but not from shooting space. So if she's within the period.
That's what I'm saying. That
Right.
call is a shooting space, and I'm not saying it's the wrong call. She was now in shooting space.
Yeah.
Out front.
Yeah, I would think in that situation that is portrayed on
So
that.
if the girl goes behind, if the ball is out top, the girl goes behind the goal offensive player, the defender on that side cannot call.
She can run across, but she can't run across and hesitate. If she runs across and hesitates, then it's shooting space. If she's being drawn across, she will go
That's what I
win.
was
She can
thinking.
get in here.
Yeah. So in that situation, if she continues her movement through the cone and continues with the defender or the attack player, now if that attack player stops.
The reason I bring it up is that we have seen calls, and without hesitation, because that's all players in the shooting space, so it's a tough call. It's a really difficult call because the girl behind is actually so the question is the rotation that call.
Right. Automatic reaction.
Right. Yeah, so the terrorist point, if the attack player goes down the defensive player around the goal circle, and the defensive player continues to move through without hesitation, as officials, that should not be shooting space. Because she's moving along with the attack player as she moves to the goal. Now, if that girl stops and there's a hesitation, that's when we get to the little bit different judgments.
If the girl behind stops directly behind,
Then she has to get out.
Just to get out, right?
Can't stay in there.
so you do have to make a decision.
Can I just interject? If you all know what directly behind you, this is what the situation is. It's a cylinder to the side of the crease, right? So Jen is directly behind. She's directly behind in between the cylinder. This defender can stay in here anywhere in here and be exempt from 3 seconds, but she's not going to be exempt from shooting space. So she should be turned, watching both ball and player, Maddie didn't shoot, I gotta get out. Okay? I got her. Now, if she starts to coach that way, I may choose to come out on this side. But I've got to get out to not be in shooting space. But if she's passing the ball around the top and they're running X and no one's going anywhere, I can stay here and have Jenna. Okay? And that's what sometimes is being called. Whether you're talking about cutting through it, sometimes Jenna comes over with me. Jenna starts to come across behind. I'm going with Jenna. Then I see Maddie coming to goal. I'm like, oh, I'll go get Maddie. Okay? If I'm really marking her, I have to make a choice earlier than that, or I'm dead in shooting space. Right?
Okay, so to kind of sum up from a shooting space perspective, we want to make sure, remember, the shooting space would start with the scoring area. So we just want to make sure that there's an opportunity for the player to shoot when it comes from outside of the edge of the goal circle there. So again, as she moves through and as she moves the ball to rotate, this is going to rotate with her. Okay? So we want to make sure that that as officials, we're looking for that cone when the opportunity presents itself to shoot. Yes?
Can you demonstrate how the goalie can be in violation of the shooting space?
So, one of the questions that's come up from official is how can goalie be inside shooting space? Okay. So as Maddie goes to goal, again the cone comes down, if that goalie steps out before she's within marking distance, she could be in shooting space. Okay? To talk about preventive officiating. If Maddie comes to goal and she shoots and this goalie steps out to make a save, right? Use your judgment. I don't believe that that would be shooting space in that particular situation because there's a play on the ball and marking. Okay? Once she steps out to make that save, she must continue out. Right? That's a little different. But, and again, Maddie needs to be mindful that she's not going to hit into the goalkeeper who's now in legal position. So we talk about, again, from a shooting space perspective, the goalie can be in shooting space, but it's generally that situation now where she's exited the crease well before marking distance has been great. Any other questions or clarifications or things you want to see from a shooting space perspective? Yes.
Swing it. Okay, so Maddie has the ball, top, calls with her, taking it over here with your defense, focus, defensive side. You go low. This is easy shooting space. Okay, when it becomes hard is when they start swinging the ball, right? Okay, so what we want to look for is when do they have the opportunity to shoot, and are they trying to shoot? What happens most of the time, what most of us are teaching our kids is, they're in a situation, they have free hands, they're ready to shoot. They might pump fake and say, I love to shoot, only this person's in here. So if you see a pump faker move to goal, and they're not shooting it, look and see if somebody's in there, okay? But the problem is the shooting space, Mark, you want to take it?
Yeah.
Move it as the ball moves, the line moves. Okay, that was easy. Now this is the hard part about shooting space, right? So you have the ball, Maddie. You're gonna swing it to Caitlin. Stay a little off. Okay, ball all the way. Hold it. Move change down to Kenzie. Okay, behind Jenna, go behind.
And if you notice in column 2, you would circle on this ball on this, so 20 come up to the top of the circle. And you would rotate. Now, you can have shooting space. You can have shooting space here, right? That cone is much smaller, right? Just keep coming.
As you go back toward the
Right there.
tip of the.
The shooting space, she has to be above the goal line extended, so this cone is really up here. But if she steps into that lane, this could be shooting space in this situation. So anytime the ball goes above the goal line in that situation, it does, but the cone would become smaller. So Candy, it rotates behind.
Yep. Okay.
This
Back.
is going to swing back.
Okay, this is the hard one. Get to Kenzie. Kenzie has it there. Bring him up to Maddie. Get her. Okay? So, while that's all happening, right, who is responsible for shooting space changes. And that's what we're probably weakest as officials. When we're on ball, we're lead, and this right here, we got it. When it's at the center, maybe nobody has it for a second, then it swings. So the second it swings, if it's near you, you got to say, this is my shooting space. I'm on it. Okay? So when that responsibility, when the ball shifts, every time the ball shifts, the responsibility may shift. Okay, so now, Greg, we're just going to pass it. We're not going to move the ropes because that's going to be too hard right now. But shift the ball around and watch the players on defense in white. Ready? Here we go. Behind. Defense sticks up left to back, two tight spot. Nice job, Kenzie. Swinging great. Good.
So again, if I'm the official in this situation, I'm moving so that I can see the space between the players so that we can relate to what's going on. And again, I'm looking for all the things in that situation, but if it's specific shooting space.
Okay, now attackers, I want you to look to goal when you're ready. Go to goal if you can, pump fake, move the ball.
quick
break
question,
up.
you're playing lead official, so you're gonna be.
I would be the trail official in this
Trail.
situation. If I was the lead official, I would leave the below the goal line extended in quadrant 1, moving up to quadrant 2. So if I'm the lead official, I have this side of the 8-meter arc, and as that ball rotates, I'm going to continue to move up to make sure that I can see the space between the players.
Can we get Kathy or Linda or Dee, some 2 or 4 officials?
As officials, some of the most difficult things that you have when it comes to shooting space is not the context of the situation that's right in front of us, right? So if the ball is here, shooting space can't occur in this situation. It's beyond that. It's the second level. Okay? So as trail and as lead officials, we want to look beyond the initial players. Below that, as if you're looking further in front and looking down and working back. Because the shooting space in this situation isn't going to happen here. It's going to happen here. Okay? So we want to make sure that we're looking beyond the players in terms of